This video clip is an illustration of some use of some HTML tags as introduced in Unit 4 of Open University course M150. It's loosely what's covered on the M150 HTML Essentials card, so the laminated yellow sheet that came with your course materials. What I'm using as the basis of this clip is going to be taken from the course materials in Unit 4, and all we're going to do is we're going to take some of the text and then we're going to apply some formatting to it. So this is the text that I'm going to use, is this stuff about legal issues on page 40 and 41. And if we have a quick look at that, then all I've done is I've put that into an HTML document, so there's nothing in there at all other than just a straight copy and paste of the text. So if we just go and have a quick look, so this is the same file open in Notepad++, which allows us to edit it. The first thing you need to do is you need to be able to tell the browser that you've got some HTML for it to have a little look at. All the tags, the opening and closing tags, the close tag is the same as the open tag, apart from with a slash in front of it. So we will start with HTML begin and end, which delimit the document. So any other tag is going to come in between these two. And if we create a header section, so again we close it with the slash, and then within that we're just going to put a title, which can be whatever you like. And again, to delimit it, it would be slash title. So that's our head section. The other part we need to include is our body section, and this is where all of our formatting is going to happen. So again, we need to close that tag off, so with the slash body. So if I quickly save that, and then we go back to our file, well, we have that same HTML file open in Internet Explorer, and this is how I always check that my tags are doing what I want them to do. I add one tag, I check it works, I add another tag, check it works, and all you need to do is as soon as you've saved it in Notepad++, you hit F5 to refresh the page. Now as you'll notice, not a lot has changed. The only thing that's changed is the title of the page, which you can see there, so everything else is exactly the same as it was before. So we'll go back and have a quick go at formatting it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a heading. So you've got 6 levels of heading. You've got H1 through to H6, and as before, closing tag is the same as the starting tag, except you've got that extra slash just to show it's a close. So similarly down here, we'll make this one a second level heading. So the number after the H reflects the sort of priority of the heading. So H1 is the most sort of bold and most important heading. For normal text, you can define it as being a paragraph, which you use the P tag for. So all this is on those HTML Essentials cards, you don't need to remember any of it. So if we then save that, so we've got 2 headings and we've got paragraph text in between, and we go back to Internet Explorer, refresh that, and all of a sudden it starts looking a bit more like a proper web page, which is always good. If we have a look at the original document that we're playing with, the other most obvious thing here is that you've got this a phrase in bold, intellectual property in bold. So the way we do that, if we go back to our Notepad++, find intellectual property, then if you look on your HTML Essentials page, you'll see that it's B for bold. And again, you close in the same way as you start. Save it, go back to our version of it open, and then all of a sudden you'll notice you've got intellectual property appearing in bold. The other thing we're going to do, if we look at the originals, you've got a list in there, so we're just going to go and put a list in. So here's our list, so you've got 1 and 2 here. There's 2 different sorts of list. There's an ordered list and an unordered list. The ordered list will put 1s and 2s in for you. I've already got these here, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to do an unordered list, which will just bullet it. So we start our unordered list with a UL, and then we finish it exactly the same tag again with just the slash. Within the list, you need to say there's a list item coming, which you do with an LI, and then as soon as you've finished with that one list item, again close it in the same way but with the slash. So again, we've got a second list item there, and we're going to close it like that. So again, save it, go back, and refresh it, and then we've got our list on the go. So obviously you can play about with this to get it look a bit more like the original. The other thing that people have problems with is anchors and hyperlinks. So we'll have a quick look at that. Within our document we've got lots of things that start talking about copyright law, and then we've got our definition up here in our list. So what we want to do is we want to make these hyperlinks that take you back to your definition. The way you do that, there are two parts to every hyperlink. There's your anchor. Now your anchor is defined with an A. There's two different commands that will come after it. One is name, which is just a unique identifier for your anchor, so make sure it is unique, otherwise it doesn't work. And then again, closing tag. So that's now saying I've anchored copyright law, so I know I can point things back to it. And if we come down here and we find, so we've got this copyright law. Now what I want to happen is I want to turn that into a hyperlink, which will take you back to the definition. The way you do that, it's another A tag. So it's A, but this time you do href, so hyperlink reference equals. If you're doing it to an anchor within the same document, you need a hash to say that it's within the same document. And then, as before, we're going to close that tag, save that, pop back to our original. Now, if we refresh it, you'll notice that thinks it's a hyperlink already. If you click on it, it doesn't look like it does very much at the moment. However, if you make the window slightly different, then when you click on it, it takes you straight back up to that copyright law section. So if you're ever not sure that your links are working, then either you can make your page scrollable, or make the window smaller and it will automatically link back. There are other ways of doing hyperlinks to external documents, and you can do it to web pages. So the final thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to define this as a hyperlink. So as before, you've got your href, and you'll notice I haven't put anything in there yet. So I've opened it and I've closed it, and I now just need to point it to something, and the thing I'm going to point it to is the web page that we're using, which looks very big and scary. So again, if I save that, if I go back to the original page and refresh it, then when I click on this page 41 unit 4, it will open M150 unit 4 for me to browse around in. So you can link to other pages in this way, so just by doing a URL, you can link to other sections in your own document, or you can link to other documents in the same space as your document. So there's lots of different ways to do it, but do make sure you understand the difference between using the name and using the href. You'll always need either one of these tags to be able to link back to it, or you'll need a full web address to be able to link back. So I hope that's made a little bit of sense of Unit 4. Do let me know if not. Do put a comment on this video, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like. So I hope that's useful, and I hope you can use that soon. Thanks very much for watching.